Hello, my name is Max. I'm one of the architects of Unreal Media Server software. In this series of tutorials, I'm going to explain the installation, configuration, and operation of Unreal Media Server. So this is our first one, where I'll just show you how to install the media server and make sure it runs properly on your local area network. So we have here a basic Windows 7 32-bit machine, and we will start by going to umediaserver.net and downloading the free version of media server. So umediaserver.net, Unreal Media Server, download. For 64-bit computers you need to download 64-bit edition, but on this machine we will download the 32-bit. Open. The application that runs here is our live encoder software named Unreal Live Server. This recording is actually done using Unreal Live Server that records the screen and my voice. I will explain the live server in the following tutorials. So the media server has been downloaded. Let's just double click on the MSI. And the installation should be pretty quick being installed. Okay, so successfully installed. The installation sets up a configuration program named Media Server Configurator. That's the program that you use to configure the media server. Using that program, you can stop media server, start media server, you can view user activity, which I'll show you in just a minute, and you can configure resources for video on demand, virtual folders, and live broadcasts. Currently, you can see that one virtual folder is already set up on your machine. It's called media root, and it has one file which resides here in C program files in this path. So let's see if we can stream this file. The easiest is to check if you can stream this file on the same computer. So the easiest is to go to the same download page and download our player. So let's download and install our player. Which is also a very light download. Okay, it has been installed. Okay, open our player, Unreal Streaming, Streaming Media Player. You're gonna do play file. The localhost can be used for playing on the same computer, but normally the player needs to know the IP address of the media server. That's the default port on which media server listens on. Our player connects to the server and plays over our own UMS streaming protocol, which can be realized over different network transports: TCP, UDP, HTTP, and HTTPS. Let's just play with HTTP for now. And you can see it playing, so the server functions. You can also check it with local Windows Media Player, playing over MMS protocol. So you go File, Open URL, and you do MMS. Let's just do it from the beginning. MMS, localhost, the same port, media root, test AVI. And you can see the player, the Windows Media Player buffering and playing. Now, how can you play on a different computer? First of all, let's go to File, Properties of Media Server, and you can see the ports. This is the port for player connections, and this is the port for live encoder connections. So you need to make sure that those ports are open in your Windows 7 firewall in order to play from different computers or to connect your live encoders from different computers. Okay, so let me switch to my other computer. Remote desktop. And I have streaming media player there. So now we need to know the IP address of our server. As you can see, this other computer has the IP address of 192.168.1.5. So on this computer, on our server computer, let's find out what is the IP address. IP config 192.168.1.6. Let's go back to the other machine, remote desktop, and enter the IP address of our server computer, 192.168.1.6. Let's do HTTP. This will be a UMS protocol over HTTP transport. So this will be transparent to firewalls. You can see it playing. So by doing that, you've made sure that the media server functions properly. Let me just show you one more thing. When you right click on media root, virtual folder settings, you can see that by default the authentication method is set to anonymous. So anyone, if they know the IP address of your server and the name of your media, of your virtual folder, they can play the file. You can set the authentication method to internal authentication. Let's see what happens. So we set it to internal, trying to play, and now it requires credentials. So only the users that are set up on the media server will be able to play. And you create users here. Let's add user 1, some password. Okay, you do not need to restart the server. And also this program, the configuration program does not need to run in order for server to function. This is just a configuration program. The server itself runs as a Windows service, so you can close it. And here, let's enter the credentials. You can see it playing. So doing those steps, you've made sure your server is functioning and any computer on your local area network can stream a file from a server. And now I'm stopping the recording. The first tutorial is done.